Legacy Collection. So basically, we have Mega Man X 1 through 4, and of course if you press the square button, you actually get Rockman X 1 through 4. I don't know the differences, but I end up finding out eventually. Then there's also the challenge mode, which I believe it could be, you know, bosses from every single one of here. Then the museum has a actual cartoon, which is called The Day of Sigma, which was created for the PSP version of Mega Man called Maverick Hunters X. And of course we have trailers, we have photo gallery, product gallery. The photo gallery is here. Then we have the music player. In the gallery, which I find interesting, if you take a look at the pictures, you see how some of them say data. Data means that they have, of course, information. And this one actually has the story for Mega Man. And then the same thing goes for the rest of them, like Mega Man X 2, 3, and 4. And there's like no data for Legacy Collection, or the last one. So now let's quickly go to play. So there's two modes. There's Rookie Hunter mode, and then there's on and off. So pretty much what that is like normal is off, on means it's like an assistant mode. Pretty much Mega Man is made stronger. So I'm gonna choose this one so I can make the recordings go quicker. Now the introduction for Mega Man X1 didn't really give too much information. I don't even remember if the manual for this game actually had like information. Maybe the story from the data was, you know, in that manual. But pretty much it looks like a computer's booting up, not necessarily Mega Man. And then you see Dr. Kane is activating it. It doesn't really tell you who Dr. Kane is. And then of course now we have Mega Man X specification. So pretty much Dr. Light created him and put him somewhere for 30 years. So we don't know exactly what happened within those 30 years, but it's possible that Dr. Light didn't die like right away, meaning that Dr. Light still existed a few years after Dr. X. So the whole entire Reploid society that exists now wasn't necessarily based on X, like the story kind of makes you think, because with, you know, as we already know, Dr. Light also created Mega Man, and he had many years of fighting Dr. Wily, which later on in other Mega Man X games we then find out that Dr. Wily is very involved in what's happening in the future with all the robots. So Dr. Kane didn't invent anything. He simply, I guess, continued work that Dr. Light, but based on his time, his age, based on a few things that you also discovered from him, because he does in fact extend his life. You find this out, of course, in the cartoon. So before we continue, because I feel that the cartoon is important, and now we talked about, the intro to Mega Man X, or at least what we knew about it. See, there it goes again. It's just looping back. So we're actually gonna go back to the menu. We're gonna go into museum, and then we're gonna go ahead and look at a few other things before, including the day, of Sigma, before we actually start playing the game. So we're gonna go to the trailers first. And the trailers, as you can pretty much figure it out, it talks about Mega Man X, the Japanese version trailer, Mega Man X2 Japanese trailer. They're all really Japanese trailers. So I guess they really didn't have an American trailers for a lot of these games. And then As you can see, like Mega Man 8 Japanese trailer. Well, actually, Mega Man 7 has an English trailer. Mega Man 8 also has an English trailer. So pretty much 7 and 8 have English trailers. I'm surprised that the other ones don't. Especially Mega Man 5 and 6, because these also hit for the PlayStation, but so did every other, you know, Mega Man game. Now, I'm kind of interested in seeing some of these. Like, I'm not really too interested in the gameplay, but let's go ahead and kind of look at them and see what's going on. Okay, so apparently I can't not show the trailers. I know for a fact okay, so we cannot show the trailer, and I know for a fact that at least the cartoon can be shown. Let me, even though I cannot show, I don't believe this will play on the trailer. I'm just interested in trying. Yep, it doesn't. And as soon as I stop the video, it goes back to recording, but it doesn't affect the sound. So I won't be able to really go through the trailers. But let's go to the Day of Sigma. I already know that it does allow me to record this. I tried to record you know, before, but something interrupted me and ended up ruining the recording, so I have to start again. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on the Day of Sigma so we can watch the cartoon, which is anywhere between 25 to 30 minutes. And I'll do my best not to talk too much in the cartoon, especially when, you know, there's both, you know, they're talking. In this specific
drop point in 45 seconds.
X, do you copy? Fire at will once the target is in range.
The cartoon came out in 2005. I didn't want to interrupt the beef to what I was saying, but it's made pretty well, but it still looks dated.
Now arriving at drop point.
And while it gives you a good amount of information about the story, it still doesn't really tell you how they found X and so forth. They really don't explain that.
Chill Penguin Company, commence operation.
Roger! I'll secure the area! What? The thing's hardly damaged! Here it comes! Ah! Stop that thing!
Zero, do you have a fix on the main generator?
Good! This thing's too fast! I can't get close! Take that!
Commander, that thing's way more powerful than we thought. I'll go back him up.
Help me!
I won't let you push my friends around like that! Get the generator!
Help me!
The generator, X! Shoot the generator! X, hurry!
Is the relief party coming?
Casualties confirmed. Prepare a full retreat. Be sure to disarm all combatants.
X! Why didn't you shoot?
Chill, Penguin.
Do you have any idea how many casualties there would have been? If the commander hadn't taken that thing out when he did?
X. It was my fault I let that mechanoid get a hold of me. I'm just glad the commander was able to get me out of that mess.
Yes, sir. Understood.
X,
Yes, Commander Sigma, sir.
your aiming capabilities are no different than my own. You could have easily hit the generator. You are aware that there was only a small chance that our compatriot would have been hit by the blast, correct?
Yes, Commander.
Listen well, X. There are times when we Maverick hunters cannot afford to hesitate in pulling the trigger. We must become both sword and shield to those who cannot protect themselves. That is our sworn duty. Never forget that.
Commander Sigma.
Commence retreat once casualties have been assessed.
Yes, sir!
There have been 7 incidents of mechanoids going Maverick this month.
Has the commander spoken to Dr. Kane about it yet?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Maverick. What could cause someone to go Maverick anyway?
Program errors, short circuits in the electronic brain. The very things that give us Reploids our advanced processing power could also be our greatest weakness. Vile. Looks like he must have caused a ruckus again. I'm afraid for every kind and sensitive hunter like you, X, there always seems to be a borderline maverick rabble-rouser like Vile out there.
There's been a lot of action around here lately.
Yes, Dr. Kane. Maverick crime has been steadily increasing. Even giant mechanoids have begun to run amok.
And how is X doing?
As far as his judgment and abilities on the battlefield are concerned, he has shown tremendous promise. However, he tends to hesitate when the situation calls for decisive action.
He worries too much. Of course, that is his greatest feature, and the source of his potential. Sigma, you don't have that problem at all. When I found that robot, X, sealed away so long ago, I utilized his design concept to give birth to you Reploids. Reploids have the ability to think and act on their own, just like human beings. But the only one who seems to worry and fret so deeply is X. That is the source of his great potential.
His worrying shows potential? It's not a weakness?
Well, I suppose it might under normal circumstances. But in this case, it could be the beginning of a new connection between robots and humans. Of course, we don't know yet if that potential will be a wellspring of hope or usher in an era of utter chaos. I've extended my life as long as possible to see it all play out, but it looks like I won't be around long enough now.
So Dr. Kane does explain that he found them in a warehouse, but that doesn't really explain a lot.
Training sequence concluded.
Oh man, I missed 5%.
95%? That's very good, Zero.
Storm Ego. I thought you were supposed to be patrolling the missile base.
With the automated defense system complete, they trimmed down my tour of duty. Starting today, I'm just a regular hunter again.
I see.
Anyway, we've been summoned to a hearing on the out-of-control mechanoloid. Let's go, Zero.
We now know that a mechanoloid stationed in a dismantled building went berserk. However, it now appears that it was under the control of an unknown party.
So there was no one inside? It was being controlled remotely?
That's right.
Wait a minute. What about the mechanoloid security program?
A system that complicated really shouldn't be so easy to hack!
There is a chance that the perpetrator has managed to completely crack our security codes.
Well, where's it being controlled from?
The signal has been camouflaged by being routed through a series of satellites. But the origin has been tracked to here.
Roger.
Strange. It's too quiet.
Want to check it out, X?
What is it?